Labour Party, Keir Starmer confirmed this earlier this week, they are going to put up your taxes by £2,000.
That's a lie.
By £2,000 per working household.
Your government have raised taxes to the record level in 70 years.
Yeah,
the last
we have, and we hated putting taxes up. We have now been cutting taxes. We will continue to cut taxes. The country can afford it.
You're using £2,000. You're using a figure that's been criticised by the UK statistics watchdog.
Costings and Labour's
Why don't you stand by your record? Record levels of taxes on working people. 26 separate tax hikes in the last Parliament.
About 12 new taxes.
Angela Rayner has just made a huge mistake on live TV, and it's blowing up all over social media. Her comments about Donald Trump left viewers stunned, and the backlash is already hitting hard. British politics. Like this one, don't forget to like the video. And subscribe to Dark British. Believe it or not, over 98% of viewers watch our content without hitting the follow button. Subscribing is completely free. If you follow British politics, this is one you can't afford to miss. So, what exactly did she say, and why is everyone so furious? Let's break it down.
Ashamed of themselves, embarrassment. I think that woman needs to look in a blimmin' mirror. Maybe Lord Ali can afford to buy her one. The problem we have here, of course, is this isn't the first time in recent months that senior figures who are now, in America, who are going to be part of...
Rayner took a swing at Donald Trump, calling him a buffoon and acting like she's got all the answers. She even went as far as saying she's not sure who's worse, Trump or Boris Johnson. Bold words. But let's be real. This is the same woman who has repeatedly stumbled over the basics of her own policies. And if you dare challenge her, she brushes it off with attitude. She talks a big game, but when it comes to explaining the numbers, the details, or how Labour's plans would actually work, she stumbles again and again.
Said quite a lot of fruity things in the past as well. Look, I don't recognise that characterisation. I'm very proud of the election success that Labour had recently. We won votes across all different communities across the whole of the country, and we're interested in governing on behalf of Britain and also working with our international allies. So I look forward to that meeting if that is the result, and it's up to the American people to decide.
This isn't the first time she's thrown out big promises without understanding the basics. She pledged to build 1.5 million new homes. Sounds impressive, right? But then it came out that a large share of those homes would be given to illegal immigrants. When confronted with that fact, she looked completely caught off guard, as if it was news to her. How can you push a policy so strongly when you don't even seem to know what's in it?
Trump is killing, thousands of Americans by giving them duff advice, and his macho, I'm all right, look at me, I've survived COVID. He's an absolute buffoon. He has no place in the White House. He's an embarrassment, and he should be ashamed of himself.
Now she's decided to take aim at Trump. But here's the difference. Like him or not, he actually delivered on many of his promises. Cutting taxes, creating jobs, even brokering peace deals. Meanwhile, Rayner can barely get through an interview without stumbling over her own facts. Maybe instead of throwing insults at a man with a proven record, she should focus on getting her own numbers straight.
She should focus on getting her own numbers straight.
When you promised that you would end it within 100 days, you knew what you were going to do, right?
Well, I've been very clear that it's a very complex situation in regards to leasehold. We will abolish the current system.
It's part of a pattern, is that you, in opposition, pledged to do lots of things that you said were going to be simple, and now you're not doing them. Another one, for example, is we heard the Prime Minister this week, just a minute, Deputy Prime Minister, we heard the Prime Minister this week saying we were...
Rayner insists Labour's plan to build 1.5 million new homes will solve the housing crisis, but there's a glaring problem. In the same period, the UK is projected to take in 2.5 million new immigrants. That raises the question, will more than 5 out of every 7 of these homes end up going to migrants? When pressed, Rayner brushed the concern aside, but the numbers paint a different picture. If 2.5 million people are arriving and only 1.5 million homes are being built, who are they really for? She then tried to calm the debate by claiming there are already plenty of houses in the UK. But if that's true, why the urgent rush to build 1.5 million more? It's a contradiction that's hard to miss. Meanwhile, Trump has been playing a smarter game. Instead of directly blasting Rayner, He surprised many by praising Keir Starmer, saying he's done well so far for the UK. Was it sarcasm? A clever jab meant to sow division? Either way, it's left Labour scrambling and Rayner making bold promises she may struggle to keep.
1.5 million houses. Could it be to house illegal migrants coming in? Labour will also pay their rent and rates. Well, I mean, Angela Rayner was on the TV over the course of last weekend. I don't think she'll be back for a while because she made a bit of a gaff of it all. But she was a bit confused, wasn't she? She said, one, we've got plenty of houses. Yeah. Two, we haven't got enough houses. Three, we're going to be housing loads of migrants. Four, we're also going to be giving affordable housing to lots of people indigenous from this country.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a disgrace. Not only that Angela Rayner is anywhere near government, but that's quite to one side.
That is also ridiculous.
It is, but
Angela Rayner speaks with confidence, but when you look closer at the substance of her policies, the numbers simply don't add up. Her pledge to build 1.5 million new homes might sound impressive at first, until you realize a significant share would be allocated to illegal immigrants. The most shocking part was how unprepared she looked when this was pointed out, almost as if it was news to her. If she doesn't even know who her own policy is meant to benefit, how can she stand behind it with a straight face?
Quite a substantial.
What number of pupils are we talking about?
Well, there's quite a substantial amount of pupils that are. I haven't got the numbers on me at hand, Nick, but it is quite a substantial amount of children that are in class sizes that are over 30 now.
Are we, Angela Rayner? Are we talking about 50 children, 5,000 children, 5 million children? I mean, how many are we talking about?
It's a significant number. It's not 500 or 5,000. It's significant.
You've said that 3 times. Do you not think it would be an idea to have a sense of how many children we're talking about? You are the Shadow Education Secretary.
Yeah, well, I do have a sense of that, but I don't have the figures.
Could you give me the number then, please?
No, not. I'm not just going to pluck a number out of thin air.
But I can tell you that the number.
It all comes down to the numbers, and that's the real issue. Rayner throws out big figures and bold promises, but when it comes to explaining the details, she stumbles. And this isn't just a one-time mistake. It's a pattern. She gets called out, backtracks, and hopes no one notices. Britain is already failing to build enough homes. Demand keeps rising as the population grows, but supply is tight. The result? Soaring prices, record homelessness, and a generation of young people who can barely dream of owning a home. People are noticing. The UK is in the middle of a deep housing crisis, with citizens struggling to find affordable places to live. Yet Labour's plan seems to put illegal immigrants ahead of the very people who keep this country running. This isn't just poor planning, it's a looming disaster. And while critics often go after Donald Trump, the reality is his administration took a firm stance on immigration, tightened border control, and focused on putting Americans first. In sharp contrast, Labour appears more interested in offering homes to non-citizens than in tackling the problems facing British families.
Shall I help you? I've got a number. Shall I give it to you?
Go on then, you give it me. Go on, right. If you've got it, you give it me. And it is a substantial number. Yes, go for it.
Don't you think it's rather strange that it's left to the journalists, the media, to inform the Labour Party of the number? You're talking about 520,445 primary school pupils in England alone, classes of 31 or more.
Rayner's lack of awareness isn't just embarrassing, it's alarming. If she can't even keep track of her own policies, what else is slipping through the cracks? Under Keir Starmer, Britain's challenges keep piling up. Crime is rising, the economy is shaky, and now we're staring at a housing plan that simply doesn't add up. This isn't just about Rayner looking flustered in an interview. It's about leadership, or, more accurately, the complete absence of it.
To begin with, it is a pleasure to have another exchange with the Right Honourable Lady in this House, our 5th in 12 months. Any more of these, and she'll be claiming it as her principal residence. On the issue of no-fault evictions, it may have escaped the Right Honourable Lady's attention, but we will be voting on exactly that matter later today. The Conservative government taking action.
Angela Rayner's housing plan isn't the only thing falling apart. Time and again, she's been caught off guard in interviews, stumbling over details and failing to explain how Labour actually intends to solve Britain's problems. She delivers her lines with confidence, but when pressed, the substance just isn't there. Even journalists have started to catch on, pushing her on specifics as if testing how much she really understands, and the cracks show every single time. So far, the verdict is clear. Labour's leadership seems more focused on flashy promises than on producing practical, workable solutions.